Who needs a motard, eh? Now what? Some sort of pipeline. Hello, train. I'm on an adventure. Who needs a motard? G'day guys, Cruiser 650 here. Today I want to talk to you about keeping left when overtaking. The reason why is because yesterday on my way into work I took the car. I had some objects to take into work, such as a projector and some other crap, and obviously you can't fit that on a motorbike, so I didn't take the motorbike into work, I took my car. Now upon taking the car into work, I'm taking the freeway. Now after a certain period of time, look, given in mind that I'm already running an hour late for work because I slept in, it's my own fault. I'm starting to get a bit pissed off with some of these drivers that just sit in the right hand lane with no reason whatsoever. In my view, if you're not overtaking a vehicle of any size, keep left. Stay out of the right hand lane. I mean, if there's only one lane, you obviously don't have a choice, but where you've got two lanes or more, keep left unless you're overtaking. And I'm pretty sure that that's pretty much scribed in law in general. But what interests me more is I'm sure I've certainly seen it somewhere in Victorian road law that in speed zones of 80 km/h or more per hour, I am absolutely certain that it is a lawful requirement for you to stay out of the right hand lane, such as freeways, or not the road I'm on now because that's actually 60 k's an hour. But on the freeway, certainly when it's 100 km an hour, that certainly fits the category. Now, the way it transpired was this. You've got about 4 lanes of freeway. Now, at certain points, obviously I was in the 2 most right-hand lanes, depending on what I was doing. Now, at this particular point where I've looked up ahead, I can see that there's a whole bunch of traffic in the right-hand lane that really shouldn't be there. A truck, a 4-wheel drive, and a few other miscellaneous cars. So I think to myself, you know what, stuff this. They were sort of sitting on about 90 to 95 in my opinion at the time, so I thought, stuff it, I'm going around them. I don't have time for this shit. So after I changed into my lane on the left, so this is second from the right, keeping in mind, I'm trying to go around them. Right about that same time, the truck finally decides that, you know what, I think I'm going to move over now and let some traffic pass. Which is great, you know, look, he's finally done the right thing. Unfortunately, the 4-wheel drive and the following cars, now in the right-hand lane, haven't done that. They just sat there. And keep in mind, I'm coming ever so closer to this truck. So, you know, I thought, stuff this. I can see a gap there, I can see an opportunity. It's going to be tight, but I think I can safely do it. So, without a shadow of further doubt in my mind, I proceeded to speed up. Yeah, I did break the speed limit. And I moved in between those 2 cars. Or the truck and the 4-wheel drive, I should say. Now, as soon as I did that, I got flashed from behind by the 4-wheel drive. It was a Ford Territory, big black looking thing. As soon as that had happened, I'm looking in my mirrors thinking, what the hell, you know, is he doing? Because he's starting to really pick up the pace and follow me. I thought, all right, you know, we've got one of these aggravated heroes, you know, that just has to, you know, he just wants you to pull over so he can punch your head in. And it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to happen. I've been there, we've done that. I'm not going down this road. I don't have time for this shit. So I start hoofing the car, and I'm probably picking it back up to about 130 kilometers an hour. Now, this 4-wheel drive, Ford Territory, starts following me wildly. I mean, I'm trying to go from far right lane, across it into the middle, all the way off to the far left, then back across to the middle. I'm trying to basically say, look, I will overtake any car I need to get rid of you. Stop following me. I mean, he was a few bucks short, really, of a few options, which is one is just slam on the brakes and give him, you know, a bit of a brake sign warning, or I mean, look, I can call the police, but quite frankly, I've been down that road before, and they are fucking useless. Absolutely fucking useless. I got a call back from 000 once asking if I could come to them. It's like, well, I don't even know where I fucking am to start with. Yeah, don't think about it. So, calling the police, in my opinion, was not an option. So my only other option, I thought at the time, because I felt like I needed to really think quick about this, is I accelerated. I accelerated up to about 130 k's an hour. Sometimes I think it might have even gone more, I don't know. Because my attention was really between what I'm driving forwards to and what is behind me. Now this whole time, keep in mind, I'm just looking in my rear vision mirror and all I'm seeing is 2 headlights and a great big massive Ford Territory SUV. Nothing else. Nothing. And then after finally about 2 minutes of all this carry on and bullshit, he flicks on the red and blue lights. Okay, so what we're now looking at is not just an aggravated Ford Territory, we're actually looking at a Ford Territory with an aggravated cop behind the wheel. So I do the right thing, I pull over as soon as and safely as I can. He comes up to the window, and I'll play a bit of this audio recording back because I do have a video recorder on the dashboard of my car for safety and insurance reasons. So it recorded pretty much everything from start to finish. So I'll put a bit of the audio clip towards the end of this video, or vlog, and you can make your own determination. But overall, yeah, he wasn't really happy about me cutting in front of him, but he himself, as you'll soon hear, he himself said he didn't have a problem with that. Okay, so what is the problem then? Why were you following me like that? I couldn't ask him that because, as you'll be able to tell by his demeanour, is that he wasn't really interested in talking at all. He rambles on about the car antenna I've got on the back, which is for a UHF 2A radio fitted to the car. Nothing special, but he seems to think I'm trying to imitate a cop car for some reason. Fucking whoop-de-doo, mate. I mean, look, I can't help what you think of my car. If you think it's an unmarked police car, that's your fucking problem, not mine. And he kept rambling on about it a few times. And it's like, just seriously, let it go, mate, let it go. But he started waffling on about, I've racked up 9 points. He didn't actually at any point tell me what those 9 points were attributed to exactly. You know, whether they're speeding, changing lanes without indicating, which I might add, I was indicating while changing lanes. I think it was just second nature at that point. So I have no idea what he's doing, but he says to me, if you keep trying to justify it, I'm going to write you up for it. So by that, I'm assuming at this point, he just wants me to shut up, he's going to keep my details, and as you'll soon hear, he even says, he's putting a note on the LEAP system, which is, I forget what it stands for, but it's the law enforcement software that they use down here in Victoria. He's going to put a note on the record, he's going to prepare a statement ready to activate if I get caught speeding in the next 24 hours. Which, look, it doesn't happen. I mean, look, I don't actually speed all that often. At all. At this stage, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm a bit confused as to whether I am going to get charged with something or I'm not. I'm actually thinking about taking a short trip while I'm out now to the local police station, just asking them for their advice, because there's a few things that I find a bit odd about the whole incident. One, why didn't he identify himself as a police officer from the start after I cut him off? You know, flick the lights on, pull me over and say, mate, what the fuck are you doing? Two, when he pulled me up, at no point did he actually bother to introduce himself. I should have actually asked for identification. I really should have. But at no point has he made any effort to identify himself to me. I've identified myself to him without any hesitation. Now, two, he claims he got me on an electrometer. Now, I've tried Googling this electrometer. Really, I just come up with a bunch of bullshit parts from around the world, and I think at one point I even come up with a reference to Scientology. What the fuck? So he reckons he's got it on video, this, that and the other. It's like, well, so have I, you know, look. I'm not going to argue with some of the things, but as far as I'm concerned, everything at the point of where I cut in front of him, I'll accept the blame for. But I feel the need to blame him for everything that happened thereafter. Had he have not chased me, I probably would just move back over to the left-ish of the lanes, bring it back down a bit, let the cruise control do its job, and continue on with my day. So by the end of the ordeal, I've got a few questions left in my head. I don't know whether I'm going to be charged with anything or not through the mail. The only thing I can identify this police officer is the fact that I read out his registration plate as he went past me. Because all he did is, he essentially took my license, he said, "Is this your car?" "Yes," alright, and some other thing, and then walked off to his vehicle and left me there for a couple of minutes, come back, said he's got to go, something about a bugbear about people in Commodores and aerials on the back. And I was like, well, look, there's nothing illegal about what I've got on the back of my car. That opinion is entirely yours and yours to deal with. And then he basically just eventually walked back off to his vehicle and then turned his lights off and went on his way. In a great big hurry, I might add too. So yes, I'm thinking that tonight on the way home, I am going to be taking a short trip to the police station and just asking for their opinion on it. And I'm sure I'll get it. I mean, the police down here really aren't that bad, depending on where you go to. Jesus Christ. Thought he's going to come out then. So guys, if you have any opinions on people sticking to the right-hand lane when they're not overtaking anything, I'd love to hear it, because, you know, it's been one of my bugbears that this copper sort of repeatedly. I don't even know what a bugbear is, to be honest, but it's one of my little bugbears, I guess you could say. So leave your comments. I'd like to hear them. Thanks for watching. Have a fucking great night.
Alright. You're in a rush, are you?
Yeah, I was.
How fast you were going?
I was probably do about 125, I think.
I gave you the high beams, just told you to slow down, you still kept going, mate.
Yeah.
Where are you off to?
Off to work.
Yeah, just because you're in a Commodore and you got an antenna doesn't mean people are going to think you're police.
Yeah, no, I just got a UHF in the car.
Yeah, okay.
That's all that is there.
License, please, mate. Where are you off to?
Off to work.
Off to work. You're dodging in the traffic, you cut me off. Coming through that truck there.
Yeah.
I've got you on the electrometer and on the camera as well, mate. Had trouble with coppers before?
No, for a long time, no.
How long?
3 years.
What do you do for work, mate?
Do customer support. I meant to start at 5 o'clock, but I slept in and... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you cut me off, which I didn't have a problem with, but then there was a truck there right at the back of it.
Yeah. Like the only reason why
there's no reason for what you're saying. If you're going to justify it, I'll write you up and you'll live in the car.
No, the only reason why I did it because I was getting the shit, because all the other cars they kept coming across in the right hand lane. I just wanted to get around the slow ass people that just didn't know what they were doing. So
you go to court, you're getting the shits. That's why you were driving recklessly.
Yeah, I understand.
Doesn't cut it, mate. I've been in the job 15 years.
Yeah, I understand.
So far, you've incurred 9 points. How many points you got on your licence?
Don't know, to be honest. I mean, I haven't
been very vague, mate. It's actually concerning me. So,
I haven't attracted any.
When was the last time you were in trouble with coppers?
About 2 or 3 years ago.
For what?
Speed.
Right. So driving offences are not foreign to you.
No.
Okay. Is this your vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. I've put it in the system. I'm going to put it in the system when I get back in the office in the LEAP system, which is the Victoria Police database. If you get pulled over in the next 24 hours, vehicle will be impounded and you lose your licence, you go to court. I'm going to do a statement as well, which will incur the 9 points, ready to activate as soon as someone rings me and says you've been pulled over.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, I didn't.
Drive safely. Yeah? No excuse for being a dickhead on the road.
Yeah, I understand.
Now, drive. I've got a bugbear against people with Commodores and antennas who think that they can intimidate the rest of the traffic.
Yeah,
that's my bugbear.
Yeah, it's not my intention with the aerial.
Either way, right? Yeah. People might think you're a copper in a rush.
Yeah. Yeah. No. The only other thing
I ran your plates and you were a nobody, so that's why I ruled you over.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.